The Miami Dolphins made a move earlier today. You can read the title. We're going to talk about it. What is up, Fin fans? The Miami Dolphins have added to the cornerback depth. Now, that's what I see this move as. And you might be asking yourself, well, Doug, what are you talking about? What's the move? This is the move right here. Former Seattle Seahawk free agent corner Artie Burns reached an agreement today for a one-year deal with the Miami Dolphins. Burns is a former first-round pick from the U, where he was born and raised, now a homecoming. So he's going back to the Miami Dolphins. Now, his career in a nutshell, he's an 8-year vet. Went from Seattle to Chicago. He was Pittsburgh to Chicago. He's with Seattle for the past 3 years. Last year, he only played 2 games, really. Career, he has 4 interceptions on his career. That's not too great. It's this signing probably like a vet minimum. Again, it's a 1-year deal. It's probably not that much money. He's going to be 30 this year in May. 6 foot 197. That's to me, it's just adding more depth to that cornerback position and kind of giving us a little bit more security there. But again, it's nothing crazy, nothing big. Like if they went after Asante Samuel Jr. or all these other guys, then, it's nothing like that. It's just depth. It's just a nice depth piece added. Yeah. So, Artie Burns, new Miami Dolphin corner. They still need have a need at corner. They still have a desperate need at defensive line. They have a desperate need at the opposite guard position, opposite James Daniels. And cap space, I think we're still sitting at the same cap space. A lot of the free agent signings have come home, if you call it anything like that. Yeah, they're at $13.8 million, depending on all these other things, but a lot of the signings have officially became official, and you will see that like here's Pharaoh Brown signing his contract. Then you have Zach I was gonna say Zach Thomas. And then you have the leg Stonehouse, beautiful kicker. I'm very happy about this one. Here's your boy, Zach Wilson in Miami. So a lot of what's happening now, KJ Britt with his family, is just signings are happening. And maybe after the signings happen, Alexander Madison, Liam Eichenberg. But after the signings happen, maybe they will start to do some more things. Maybe they will go out there and grab some more free agents, because there's still a few. There's definitely still a few good free agents out there. I made a video previously, I think Saturday, talking about the best potential free agents that are out there. And, there's still, not necessarily to me on the defensive line. I think that's where we might struggle a little bit in adding potential. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the thing so we can look at it. Potential depth on the defensive line. Like, I know Raekwon Davis is still out there, and I know like John Jerry. I know a lot of people think John Jerry, they're like, oh, he's old. He can definitely help. He could definitely be a depth piece, definitely help when we're sitting in that 3-4 set. So there are possibilities there, but nothing too crazy. And just real quick, we'll look at kind of, quarterbacks. We're not going to address quarterback, even though some might become available via trade. Running backs, Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins are still there. They might still be there after the draft. It seems like these are a slow burn type situation where teams aren't in a rush to sign those guys. And you're going to see a bunch of free agents that are in that situation, like Stephon Diggs, like Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Tyler Lockett. These guys are going to be probably there after the draft is over. Same thing with tight ends with some of these guys. Center, there's not much center. Dolphins don't really need a tackle. It's the guard situation, Brandon. Sure, if Tevin Jenkins is gone, they need to update this. Dalton Reisner, Will Hernandez, Daniel Brunskill. Those are names that I would feel more comfortable if they added because there's that depth there. Edge rusher, Aziz Ojolari, Za'Darius Smith, Matthew Judon. I told you guys in earlier today's video, they are talking to Emmanuel Ogbah. There are names there as well. Defensive tackle, again, Calais Campbell, I'd love to get him to come back, but again, he's probably going to wait and see. That's something probably post-draft the Dolphins will address with Calais Campbell. Raekwon Davis, familiar with the team. Could he come back? John Jenkins, I said John Cherry by accident. John Jenkins, he would be a nice addition to bring back. But outside of that, there's really no one there. Linebacker CJ Mosley just became available for cheap. I wouldn't be upset with that. Same thing with Eric Kendricks for cheap. I wouldn't be upset with that. Isaiah Simmons, would love that. Again, he is situational type of linebacker, so we would see about that. Cornerbacks, Stephon Gilmore, Asante Samuel Jr., Rasul Douglas. Those are the three names. Mike Hilton. Those are the four names that if I had to choose one, I want Asante Samuel Jr. just because he's younger. I know he's dealing with injuries, but he is younger. And then safety, Justin Simmons and Quandre Diggs. Outside of that, like Von Bell would be nice, and we just need depth at the safety position. We need a legit starter, and it seems like we kind of have two, but we need depth. We need starters on the D-line, guard, and a starter opposite of Jalen Ramsey. Safety, give me like one more starter. We could get that in the draft, but mostly it's like I need more talented depth. That's where my biggest worry going into the season is. I get called a pessimist this season, but it's just because I've seen this play out. Like, don't you feel like you're in a deja vu with last offseason where we've seen this type of stuff play out and then it kind of doesn't work out when the end of the season comes, or all of a sudden guys get injured because it's the NFL. Players are going to get injured. You just got to have the depth. And I don't see it. I don't see the starters in some situation. I don't see the depth. Now, I get it's 1 week, but you would like to see something, and you'd like to see a little bit more urgency. So we'll see how all that pans out. But yeah, that's the news for today. Artie Burns, new corner signed to the Miami Dolphins. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. I do have a video planned for tomorrow, but again, if there's news that breaks, I will give you a video on that as well. We'll see how all this pans out. And then next week, like I said, the 24th, we start draft talk, and April 4th, which is 2 Fridays from this Friday, some specials happening. I'm in the works with a certain somebody that has his own certain YouTube channel, and we're talking about building something, and we're talking about making something. So keep an eye and ear out for that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Like usual, stay classy. Offense up.